So I already made a video similar to this video about the whole Twilight versus Harry Potter thing, but I just saw this on the internet, and even though this particular post on this website is over a year old, I just thought I have to make a video about it. It's called 10 Reasons Why Twilight is Better Than Harry Potter. Wanted to post 100, but it wouldn't let me use that much space. Either that, or you couldn't think of 100 reasons. It's just riddled with misspelled words and grammar errors, lack of sentence structure. I'm not even going to cover all of them just because it's so ridiculous. First reason. Because it's just common sense to like Twilight. Ha ha. Romance means everything. Bella and Edward are like meant for each other, and everything is just ... perfect. In Harry Potter, you would Harry and Harmony, they spelled their name wrong, would like ... fall in love or something ... and then you watch people die in freaky ways, and then there are creepy things ... Gah! But yeah, smiley face emoticon. Well, to start off, romance is not everything. There is a lot more to life than romance. The problem I have with Edward and Bella is that they are perfect. There is nothing wrong with them, which means no character growth whatsoever. You know, if this person had read the books, they would know that it isn't Harry and Hermione that are supposed to be together. It's Ron and Hermione. Do your research. Those creatures are just one of the wonderful things about J.K. Rowling and her writing and her imagination. Who wouldn't want to ride on a hippogriff? There's dragons and blasted scroots, the big giant spider. It's just cool. Number 2. I think the Twilight series are way better than any Harry Potter, because basically when you read the books you become addicted to them and you can't seem to find the strength to put them down. Well, I had that same problem actually when I was reading the Harry Potter books. I couldn't find the strength to put them down. Whereas this book, I don't have a problem putting it down. Oops. Kind of bent the page a little bit. But what do I care? Fell on a plastic bag. When reading the series, you understand fully the concept of the story, and you even dream and think about these characters. I'm just really looking forward to the night when I have a dream about Edward and Bella, because I'm going through this book right now. And it's not hard to understand Harry Potter books. It's really not. Continuing on. I am a Bella and Edward fan. I so freaking love them. The love Edward professes for Bella is so deep it seems ridiculous. That's because it is ridiculous. Words fail to explain how I really feel about the Twilight series. I don't think they're badly written either. I think they are written so anyone can read and understand without the use of your dictionary, which would cut the excitement out of reading if you can't understand what you read. Not everyone can pick up the meaning of a word as to the sentence or the paragraph. And yes, that is true. It isn't fun when you read a book where you have to constantly pick up the dictionary to find what the words mean. Personally, I pride myself on my reading comprehension. And continuing on, I love all the Cullens, Carlisle, Alice, etc. I am such a fan of the series that I've actually read all the books around 5 times already, and watched the movie around 10 times. I especially love Eclipse and Breaking Dawn. The romance is so ecstatic. I can never feel this way about Harry Potter books, because honestly, they are boring. I like the movies though, but I don't really like the last movie when, spoiler alert, Dumbledore died. That's great that you read the books 5 times. Hopefully it hasn't affected your brain too much, but from the looks of it, there are several misspelled words. There's a lack of sentence structure. There are words in the sentences that are capitalized when they shouldn't be capitalized, and those that should be capitalized are not. So I congratulate you on that. You're a genius. Number 3. Because it's one of the greatest love stories ever. Harry Potter is good too, but Twilight has way more romance and more hot guys. Edward, Jasper, Emmett, Carlisle. Need I say more? Emoticon happy face. No, you don't need to say more actually, because that says it all right there. You base your choice off of whether or not the actors in the movies are hot, or the characters in the book are hot. Could you get any more shallow? I'm not really like a Shakespeare fan or anything, but I always thought that Romeo and Juliet was considered the greatest love story of all time. Just me, maybe. And yeah, there is romance in Harry Potter. For example, Harry and Jo, his first kiss, Hermione and Victor Krum, Ron and Hermione, Harry and Ginny, Bill and Fleur, and several other ones. Now, Hermione and Victor Krum's relationship was pretty much based on a physical thing, and that's why it ended, actually, because Hermione couldn't have a conversation with the guy. He was all brawn and no brains. Number 4. There's Alice. Who wouldn't love to have Alice as a sister-in-law? Now, from what I know about Alice, she does seem really nice. She does seem like someone you'd want to have as a sister-in-law, so I guess I can kind of agree with this one. Number 5. Yes, we all know that Harry Potter and Twilight are both fiction, but Twilight is clearly better. When I read a book, I like to imagine myself in the plot, or relate to the story somewhat. Aside from the vampire theme, notice they just call it a theme, it's not actually part of the story, I guess. Twilight actually takes place in a real town, with up-to-date things, example, cars, school. I'm sorry, but I just can't picture a flying train, eating chocolate frogs, headed to a non-existent magical school. In my opinion, Twilight is obviously better. Yes, they are fiction. That is true. And yes, when you read a book, you do try to imagine yourself in the plot or relate to the story. In that case, maybe some kids can't relate to Harry Potter because it is very unrealistic in terms of magical stuff. But that's what I liked about it. I liked that it was, something I could read for like an hour and just escape into. So that's how I could relate to it. So I guess maybe some people can't quite get that. Harry Potter also teaches life values. For example, the death of some of the characters in the book teaches us that death is a part of life. You learn about friendship and the trials and tribulations that you go through with your friends and how it makes you a better person. Part of Harry Potter actually takes place in the real world. I'm not sure if Privet Drive is a real street, but it's placed in the real world. And King's Cross Station is a real station, although Platform 9 3/4 is not. It's not a flying train, it's a flying car. Chocolate frogs, yeah, those are a little bit freaky, but I would try one. Yeah, Hogwarts doesn't exist, but it's just for fun. It's a magical world. It's a fantasy book. End of part 1.